Guelph. Guelph have been doing fantastic for themselves too. Have been like putting up such a good fight against teams that are at the top position. So I think this is going to be a very exciting match, and it would be really fun to see whatever team goes up against Waterloo in the finals because they're looking super dominant right now, and I want to see what team can put up that sort of fight against them. For our map, we're going to have Lotus, and we're going to have Condor starting off on defense, and Guelph starting off on the attack side. And we've seen pretty standard compositions when it comes to maps like Lotus. We've seen a lot of Lotus throughout this entire event that we've held. A lot of teams that are playing the double controller with Viper and Omen, and they have the Rays to provide them, satchels and grenades as utility. And alongside, you have the Sky to provide blinds, and then Killjoy, and I think that's pretty much just been the standard composition that a lot of teams are running. So do you think that we're probably going to see another mirror composition like that again, or are you hoping for something different?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always hoping for something different, but the comps that you mentioned, those agents are just so powerful in this meta, and it's really been defined in Lotus. I don't think we'll see any Reyna on Lotus like we did from Waterloo Gold, but yeah, this matchup, I'm just so excited for it. But they actually did fight each other in groups, and Condors did end up taking that, but these are BO1s. Anything can happen, and Guelph is looking really strong too. They took down Waterloo Gold, who's waiting for them in the finals right now. So this is a really interesting semifinal matchup, and I cannot wait to get into it.
Yeah, I'm right with you there, and we're going to head over to Agent Select very soon, so please stick by us for a little while. We hope you guys are just excited as we are for the upcoming semifinals as well as the grand finals. Be sure to stick by. Again, my name is Eric, and this is Karthik. You've probably seen him from earlier today. He's been doing crazy, man. I'm like,
oh, yeah, appreciate it.
Cheers to you, bro.
Yeah, let's go, dude. Yeah,
fantastic.
Here's to more exciting matches to come. We got this one other BO1 coming in now before we get into the grand final for the best of 3. And let's see who's going to get in there. We got Condors versus Guelph.
Yeah, and we've already seen a very different pick. We finally have a new agent. We have Breach, actually. And I think Breach and Sky, double initiator, is going to be very different because typically on a map like Lotus, you want to get the most control you can with agents like controller agents. So you want the Omen smokes for versatility and the Viper smokes for if you decide to rotate, go for a default. You want to control A main. You see a lot of attacking Vipers. They throw that wall A main, and then they have so much control that they can take into A main, which stops a lot of the defender aggression. But coming in from the side of Condors, they don't have that Viper wall to provide them, but they do have this additional Breach stun, Breach aftershock, and that Fireball that comes out, that C ability, it is able to clear out so much space in such a short amount of time. It forces enemies out of the position. So I think it could actually play a really important role depending on how Condors plan on playing this. They are going to be starting out on defense. So denying plants with that, with the C is really important. Getting a lot of aggression in. The ultimate to stop the Rolling Thunder, super, super important. So I'm very excited to see how Condors go about this pick and not having that Viper and having Silly Shadow be the sole smokes player for the team.
Yeah, and another thing that comes with the Breach, right? You are able to have such high tempo. The aftershock, the concusses coming in, the flashes, you can run it so quickly on that offense too. And same with defense. You got the Breach concuss, Raise Nade, and an Omen one-way in A main. It is so easy to take control of that. And I think they're going to be going exactly for that on this defensive half. Get 3 people on A while the Killjoy holds it down on the C site. And yeah, like you said, no Viper coming in on the defense, but on attack, Nimrod's going to be looking to lurk up A if Condors let him.
Yeah, and the Viper just plays such an important role, especially because she's able to provide her team with lineups as well. Typically, you'll have Killjoy utility that's just stationary on the bomb, but with an agent like Viper, you're able to get into an advantageous position and just throw a snake bite from any side of the map, and that can provide you so much utility. But again, the same goes for Breach. You were able to use that Fireball to destroy, maybe deny a plant, destroy any util, ultimates, stuff like that. It can go anyway. And even with the Aftershock, you can stun it all the way down B main if you want to take B main aggression early. And if you want to go for, a play on tag, you can stun all of A main early. It's just, there's just so much that can happen. And I'm actually very excited to see, a new agent on, such a common map that we've been seeing.
Yeah, and we're getting right into it. That A main aggression, 3 people coming in. They're tossing out the util on both sides. Sky onto B, but look at Non. He's going straight in there. The boom bot, the nade, the one-ways, and A main is theirs as they're looking to actually go into B here. Just the alarm bot that's going to be deterring them.
Yeah, and it seems like Condors aren't really interested in A anymore. After hearing a lot of that aggression, they're going to be trying to go towards B, and they're not actually going to be met with any resistance. As they are able to flush into B site, the Trailblazer comes out, spots out the enemy Sky, and they're going to have to give up sight as the spike goes down for the side of for the side of Guelph. And
Yeah.
already we have the pick coming in. Guelph fighting back as Cheddar takes down
Ooh,
a player, but a quick trade coming back in. The Condors are already down 2 players, and J-Man left down to just 40 HP. Things are looking kind of rough here for the side of Condors as they get flushed out so quickly. AKZ, again, there with the trade for his teammate, and it's only 2 players of Condors left as they try and get the play. Defuse, Silly Shadow's fighting back, but J-Man still with the Ghost in hand, and he's there to fight back as he takes down the last 2 members of University of Guelph and stakes the bomb down, and that's going to be the pistol round immediately going to the side of Condors.
Yeah, and really playing those verticals there, right? They could only see his head and he's hiding under, and he just picks them off one by one and gets the pistol round for Guelph.
Yeah, and I think Silly Shadow just wanted to take that aggression early so that J-Man could stay in the back, and you know, the players of the players of Guelph would be forced to peek Silly Shadow in that position.
Yeah.
And that just gave him so much. That just gave J-Man so much ability to fight back from that backside. So, on a map like Lotus, you can't really count out anti-eco rounds. I feel like anti-eco rounds we've seen, especially throughout this tournament, we've seen so many go in favor of the people with the pistols, and it's really hard to fight back sometimes because on a map like Lotus, there's just so much attack mobility when you have 3 sites. And already we can see the spike isn't really being taken towards B. It's kind of just sitting in the back there. But it seems like Condors do really want to go for this B site. Nimrod just waiting patiently.
Check out C. They're instantly going on that flank. They know there's no one here on C, man. They want to try and take advantage. There's no Sentinel putting alarm bot, just a turret behind here, and they're taking the spike into B, but Killjoy's on the lurk from behind.
Yeah, and I think he is going to potentially be spotted out by that turret, whether or not he's able to avoid it and provide some utility. But we already have the defensive force from Condors coming in, and Non's going to get a kill with the paint shells, but Big Noodle is going to be there to trade it. Now, again, the Aftershock's going to come in, and Nivek fighting back is going to take down Big Noodle, and it's all down to just 1 player on the side of Guelph. The players of Condors are hunting for Cheddar, but Cheddar is nowhere to be seen. Goes for the peek, but unfortunately prays on the other side with a bullet to the head to end the round quickly. And Condors only lose 1 player, but that's going to be a comfortable round for them as they take the second round of the game.
Yeah, really clean eco, and it's important to point out that not everyone bought, so their bonus is actually going to be really strong coming into this 3rd round. They have 2 people, Non and Prey, who Non's going to get that Ares, while Prey, I think, should go for a rifle coming into this 3rd round. So you have a pretty good buy. A lot of rifles to try and contest that bonus.
Yeah, and you can see J-Man is already really close to the Ruling Thunder. After the recent updates, having requiring 9 ult points for a lot of ultimates like Killjoy, Viper, and Breach have made them a lot more difficult to play, but they still provide so much utility. And J-Man already creeping up so close to that ultimate, it makes it really scary for the side of Guelph. And we can already see, you know, Condors, they're really familiar with the sort of abandoning B strategy and just retaking. And Guelph, they're kind of aware of it. They're kind of slowly creeping into B, but they don't really have a lot of success on these takes. But as you can see right now, the spike is actually being taken towards C, and there's only 1 player of Condors there to defend that site alone.
Yeah, Prey is ready to peek off his alarm bot here as the spray doesn't actually clear it. And they got 2 people on B, but we'll have to see when the door opens. Are they going to choose B or C here? Yeah, it looks like going to be C as the dog's coming in, the nade's going in, but the spray from Non from behind, the door opens a path for him to carve into the enemies. And now the mollies are here. It's so hard for them to get onto site.
Yeah, and it seems like although Nivek has given up the site, there's just so much firing and defensive power that's still coming out from the side of Condors. I think that was a critical misplay on the side of Condors, and Nani's still going with this Ares. The destructive power of that light machine gun is going to be coming out, but Cheddar is there to stop it as he gets the refrag onto Nan, but the spike is still down. UFG have to get the spike somehow, and it's going to look really difficult because the amount of defensive force, again, from Condors is really difficult. They're going to try to flush out any players, but...
Yeah, but even the Omen's collapsing from behind here. They'll get that spike down, but the alarm bot's actually smoked out. He's going to be getting in on that flank here, and everyone's coming in on the retake now. Yeah, and Rex is going to be that first point of contact. Doesn't get blind. Kevin gets the first kill. J-Man gets the second. 1 trade, but J-Man gets 1 more as he gets the 3rd round, and he is so close to that Breach ultimate now.
Yeah, and the spike defusal is going to get him closer to that, or right at
Should
that
get
Rolling
it,
Thunder.
yeah.
And that's going to be a really important round win for Condors. And UFG, they're going to be kind of scrambling right now because losing that bonus is actually really detrimental. A lot of guns now going to be on the side of Condors, and UFG, they're going to have to make something happen. You see Non going absolutely huge with that Ares there. He was able to get himself the first pick that denied the Trailblazer information and made it really difficult for UFG to sort of capitalize. And the defensive battalion that's just coming in from the side of Condors was able to stop any aggression that UFG had there, and they're really going to have to figure out something soon, because once Condors gets the snowball rolling, it's going to be really hard to stop.
Yeah, Cheddar's actually got the judge here. He's going to be looking to blast pack in and try and look for something, but look at the amount of util there. The paranoia, too, being invested. They're not giving them any space to work with. Oh, little dink on to get him there, but should get healed up by this guy. Great shot by Prey.
And he takes that early pick, and that's going to be noodled down. But one of the big ways that you can win these anti-eco rounds is just getting that plant down and having a lot of utility to support. So losing a player there is already really difficult. And they're trying to creep up A main, but Silly Shadow and Non, they're waiting quite patiently in a clean, tight little angle that's able to take down AKZ there. Silly Shadow peeks off his teammate Non, fighting back, but there's just so many players from the side of UFG coming in. Rex, he's going absolutely nuclear with the Sheriff as he gets himself 2 headshots. And he's uncontested here, but I'm not sure if he's quite aware of that. The players of Condors, they're sort of lurking towards
ult too.
B. Yeah, he does have the ultimate in his disposal. And Prey and Kevin, they're playing really carefully because they don't know exactly where Rex could be. Looks to be clearing A very patiently, but whether or not he chooses to commit here, it's entirely in his hands right now.
Yeah, A looks good as you can kind of play yourself in tree and kind of sit behind the corner, can't get flanked. But you can see Kevin here clearing it slowly, trying to play together, trade off each other. They hear the plant tap, and they're pushing it instantly. The dog is on the prowl, looking for Rex, finally finds him, tries to bite him. He barely gets away, but they know exactly where he is.
Yeah, and he looks like he's going to be committing the ultimate. He should have more than enough time to get that plant down onto the C site. He's completely uncontested here. There's so much space that he can play around, and there's almost any position that he can take. And Prey and Kevin, they're going to have to make something happen. They do have so much utility to support, but they're going to spot out Rex, and the shots are going to go through the wall, but Prey's there to finish it off. A good try by Rex, but Condors, they're really in it to win it because they get themselves that 4th on the round. But UFG, this is another rifle round for them. They're going to have to make something happen.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really good eco for them. They almost made it happen, but Kevin just having the flash. I don't know if he got blinded. There might be a visual bug, but they were able to pick up the kill and make it 4-0 for themselves.
Yeah, and just looking at Cheddar jumping in there onto
He spotted again!
Oh, yeah. Honestly,
be good.
That's what I like to see. That aggression that you have for the judge, you can jump in and just one-pump somebody, basically, is devastating. But whether or not Cheddar's able to consolidate like he did last time, you know, it's up to him. Again, 2 ultimates on the side of Condors this time for their retakes. They have that Showstopper and they have that Rolling Thunder. Those are 2 very important ultimates when it comes to retaking. But Cheddar does have a Showstopper of his own. Seems like we're going to have some fights starting towards C, and a fantastic shot from Prey is already going to deny UFG's Showstopper, and that's going to be their entry already taken down so early into the round.
Yeah, that's a huge pick for them, and you can see the rotates already coming in a bit, and they're kind of all hovered towards C main here, but there's 2 people on site. The Killjoy setup is there as well. It's going to be really hard to enter both B and C here.
Seems like neither team really wants to give up any information or space, but UFG, they seem very set on going towards the C site, and they're going to just creep up, but they are going to be met with swarm grenades and alarm bots from that Killjoy, as well as the turret on an advantageous position. And actually, Nimrod gonna find the pick onto Kevin. That's actually really important. That's only gonna be 1 player on the side of Condors present on C now.
Yeah, I believe that was through the smoke. A stroke of luck. Might have seen him there, but that's a really big pick to make it 4-4 again. And now they're gonna look for the rotate, but there's so much of the map to clear for them. They have no map control and just 35 seconds left to play with.
Yeah, and AKZ still playing alone
Shadow
towards C. Maybe trying to call back to his team, but the Paranoia is going to flush out Shadow from his position. Another Paranoia of his own to respond. And AKZ, he's calling for his team to rotate right now because it seems like the players of Condors have completely abandoned C. The Killjoy utility is down. He's going to commit the Trailblazer, try and make something happen. And I think UFG have more than enough time to get onto site, get that spike down, but it's going to be rough whether or not they're able to contest it. He throws the spike up a Non. He opens the door. The Rolling Thunder comes in, and unfortunately, Guelph are not going to be able to get that plant down.
Oh my
and
God.
Non just goes absolutely crazy with the utility and the Vandal as he picks up himself up a quick 4K on the round.
Yeah, Non completely stole that round away from them. Not only at the end, but he was pushed up so far in B main, and he heard all their rotates. Pushes out the door at the perfect time, gets the nade, and gets 4 kills to get the round and make it 5-0.
Yeah, and he knew that time was ticking and that, you know, Guelph were trying to scramble to get that spike down, and they have to do everything in their power to do so. So opening that door and going for the shot through is a very smart play from him, and that allows him to get 2 clean kills, and then there's just not much Guelph could have done there. And once again, they do have rifles, but some light armor coming out, and they're going back to their tried and true, try and get some B aggression early, but they're really going to have to find a way to counter this map aggression and this map control that Condors have, because look at them and how far pushed up A they already are.
Yeah, they're trying to get in, but there's actually popping that Killjoy ult to give them a bit of space to work with. But you can see there's the alarm bot mollies onto B site to play with, and the Sky ult letting them know where the people are. AKZ pushing in to C. Oh, 2 players detained with the Killjoy ultimate, actually. This C site should be all but theirs, as they're going to start pouring into Flood retake as the spike goes down. There's still 2 people on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and this might be the round that Guelph needs. It's going to be a 5v5 retake situation, though. Showstopper still available on both sides, but look at the players of Guelph. They're just pushed all up into spawn, and Sorb is going to give them some cover as Noodle takes down Kevin, and J-Man's going to try and fight back, look for a trade. Prey does get that refrag onto Cheddar, and it's a 4v4 situation. The Showstopper is committed on the side of Condors. Non looking for a pick. He is going to maybe find it, but narrowly it slips past. It's all up to Noodle now in a 1v3 situation. Finds himself a third on the round. Prey is going to be trying to stick it, but Non is there in that dark cover, swings out and takes down Noodle. And Condors, they are looking unstoppable right now as they pick themselves up to 6th on the round already.
Yeah, Big Noodle tries his bet, but there's too many on the side of the Condors just flocking towards him, and the timeout's going to come in. AKZ, and they need to try and figure out something here because their attacks are just not working. Condors are stopping them every time on this retake.
Yeah, no matter how many times it seems like Guelph gets onto site, it seems like Condors are just so controlled when it comes to the retake. They don't want to give any early gunfights, any early picks until they are completely consolidated amongst themselves and have figured out exactly what to do. And I don't think that Guelph have figured out what they want to do when it comes to playing post-plan either, because it just seems like they're really scattered. Sometimes they have Killjoy utility, sometimes they don't have Killjoy utility, sometimes they want to play on site, sometimes they want to push up, and they need to really figure out a plan to like hold their site after they've taken it and prevent Condors from coming in. But Condors, you know, they're in their home ground right now. They're in their element. Going 6-0 right now is going to be really hard for Guelph to stop that snowball.
Yeah, they need to make sure they don't get the 9-3 curse, as just got to avoid that, and they should be good for the game, hopefully. But yeah, like, I believe we actually saw Guelph play this map before, and being able to get on site without anyone going down worked for them, right? They were able to play the post plans really well, but Condors, they're playing at another level. Their retakes are so good that the same plan just doesn't work. So hopefully during the timeout, the coach is getting to talk to them and trying to switch up their game plan. Maybe try and use some utility to take more space after the plant goes down. Try and make the Condors uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I feel like the side of Guelph haven't really gotten a lot of aggression towards A. The only time we really saw them try and go A was on an economy round, and they're going to have a bit of a scattered buy here. They do have at least one rifle, but they're going to be looking to take B early. Non's going to get flushed out of his position very early. The Trailblazer is committed. It does hit Non, but the Paranoia is there to receive 2, and it seems like the force of Guelph is coming through, but Nimrod going to take out any aggression from Non-Cheddar, does miss the showstopper, but they have all of the B site now. J-Man, he's stuck in a really difficult position, and there's the players of Guelph just swinging left and right into him. The bullets do connect, and Prey does get a refrag, though, but players are still in favor of the side of Guelph. Silly Shadow, though, he's there to even it up, and there's just so much utility and so much gunfire going on, but the lockdown committed, and it's going to force the players of Guelph off site right now, and that's going to be really detrimental for them. But Cheddar fights back. AKZ, he has to get out, but he's actually going to get detained. And that's one player, and there's only one player left. There's nothing they can do. And the defuse is going to go out, and I don't know if Cheddar's going to be able to do anything. Taken down by Kevin, and that's going to be a really tough round for Guelph. Yeah,
that positioning of the Killjoy ult was immaculate, as it just brings such a big radius around that spike. And you see that they're trying to get out of the ult and get back in really quickly to contest the spike, but they kind of misplanned it. You see on this replay, he's caught in the ulti, and so is Cheddar, that like the spike ends up being diffused, and there's just nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, and that was a really risky play that AKZ tried to make. If he was able to consolidate and, you know, find that frag onto Prey, things could have gone very differently, but unfortunately it was not, and that's going to be Condors. They're still getting they're still rolling down that hill, and then Guelph's at the very bottom right now. They need to find a way to fight back, but this might not be the round to do so. They do still have the sheriffs in hand.
Yeah, the sheriffs are there. They don't have the guns. Their ults are gone too, so it's in dire straits for them right now. But they're looking into B. Oh, Prey gets the kill. Non gets two. These guys are relentless as he jumps in. Bit of an overheat. 2v4 now. AKZ trying to figure out what to do next. There's still an alarm bot and Molly onto the site. They haven't even made it that far.
Yeah, and sometimes it's scary. These dark covers, they're working. They seem to be working, but it seems like Condors don't have them on their screen because they just flush out 3 players through 2 different dark covers, and that's really tough because Guelph is already down to 2 players. They need to figure out what they want to do, but look at the amount of control that Condors have all over the map. They have all of A main contained. They have C main contained, and Prey, he's waiting so patiently to play off his alarm bot. There's just almost nothing Guelph can do.
Yeah, they're looking to open up the door, but Kevin's going to be waiting for them here. They're, like you said, they're just being suffocated from everywhere, and they have 35 seconds left to play with. The flash all the way deep into main, so they're going to hear that the Sky's actually C, so they're going to turn back towards B, but going to fall right into that alarm bot.
Yeah, and Prey is going to peek off it, but unfortunately, Phantom shots are going to go wide. AKZ does pick up a frag, but he's not looking rather healthy, and Guelph, they're going to have to plant a spike here. They don't really have much. Paranoia is going to connect. The Trailblazer comes out too.
Yeah, he does get the TP off, and Kevin's slowly going to be coming in. Rex is a really interesting spot, but J-Man gets the kill. So now it's just AKZ with a sliver of health trying to hang on as 3 people come towards the spike. They spot him on the left. They're all going to push it. The amount of firepower covering fire. J-Man gets another, as now that's going to be 8-0 for the Condors.
Oh, AKZ, you poor thing. There's just not anything you can do there when you got 3 players of Condor staring you down, all with rifles in their hands. And again, just a fantastic round coming out from Condors. You know, they did lose some picks and they did get allowed that spike plant, but I mean, just look at the spray. I mean, Non through the dark cover, Prey through the dark cover, and 3 players of the Guelph just disappeared already. I mean, look at AKZ just trying to make something happen there. It's unfortunate he can't, but rifles again in the hands of Guelph. They have to make something happen.
And the spams are just so good. You know they have to come out through that short corridor in B, so it doesn't matter if there's smokes or not. Your bullets will still go through, and they end up getting 3 kills before you can enter onto site.
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught that in the timeline, but 7 out of these 8 rounds that Condors have won have been retakes or defusals that they've been able to get. And that's just because although they're allowing them to get onto site, their retakes are just so flawless. They're so controlled when it comes to it. And it's either UFG have to go for a plant and go aggressive, go for eliminations, or they have to find a better way to
Oh
no.
I mean, Noodle just re-peeking that, and Prey has his crosshairs lined up. This B site is all his as Shadow gets another one in A main.
Yeah, Nimrod's going to get taken down. That's going to be a very pivotal site of smokes that's taken down. Silly Shadow with the Omen differential as he takes down Rex, and things are looking really scary now already. There's no smokes on the side of Guelph, and they have only 2 players to work with. No ultimates available either. And
they get the Sky ult. Well, they're actually choosing to pop it on the 2v4, and they're going to be able to... Oh, actually, the Seekers don't spot Raze on the flank, which is huge.
Oh, no.
They get this false sense of security as they're pushing up. Raze actually decides not to flank. Ooh, they spot them near stairs. They're going to maybe try and go back towards A here, but everyone is ready for that retake.
They're going to try and bait out any positioning, but Condors are just so patient. They know they can just retake because they have so much force compared to Guelph. And Guiding Light going to find some information. J-Man, he has that Aftershock in hand.
Yeah, look at that. He's popping the button on tree. Non's going to be coming from behind. Now they're going to be so scattered as they're letting Non take his position here. He's going to be looking to find AKZ. Gets the kill on J-Man too. And oh my god, 2v1. AKZ with a sliver of HP again. Oh, finds his butt a little. Going to be trying to find him from behind. And Kevin going to be pulling off the Sky Diff to make it 9-0. What is happening here, Zarek?
I mean, it's just like Condors, they know what they're doing. It just seems like they have a textbook open and every single page just has how to defeat Guelph right now, because it seems like Guelph has no idea what they're doing against Condors and they don't know how to stop it. And, you know, the position that Silly Shadow's been taking A main, it's been so advantageous every single time. He has so much control on A main, and you see Guelph, they aren't able to combat that. And regardless of how much they're trying to fight back, it just seems like Condors are just so controlled, they're so ready. And
this is really important. They got to get to 10, because if they get to 3, then, oh boy, another comeback's going to be brewing.
I mean, they could channel their inner Waterloo right now, but I don't want to speak too soon because things could go anyway right now. But Guelph, they are on a bit of a scattered buy here, and Non actually does have the operator in hand,
Oh,
but is there going to be a
fancy.
player on the other side? Yes, there is. It's going to be AKZ. Taken down already. Non going to go for actually a re-peek, but
Oh my god.
no one on the end of that shot. Already the players of Guelph
Yeah,
are
he's
looking
playing
contained.
with fire. He's re-peeking again. Gonna be on platform, looking for another shot as Noodle punishes him finally. And now they're slowly gonna be pushing onto site here. Cheddar getting onto platform. The site's gonna be all theirs, and Conestoga, they're gonna go for their tried and true retakes again.
Yeah, and the Viper's Pit this time might make things a little bit difficult because there's so much space that Guelph can play off of now. And, you know, just already looking at the position, they want to stay on site here inside this Viper's Pit. And Kevin's Trailblazer's not going to find a lot of information either. And the players this time of Guelph are looking so much more controlled than they have been before.
Yeah, and Omen is spotted on the flank as well. Viper's got a judge. Gonna be really hard to clear here. They don't have the dog. They don't have any scouting. They're just gonna have to walk in.
And I'm looking at Cheddar's position. It's not really able to find Prey, but Prey is actually going to be going for some shots, not landing. Nimrod fights back into Silly Shadow, takes down Rex, but this time, Guelph finally has an advantage, and here they come.
Oh, yeah.
The snowball has hit its first pebble as Guelph pick up their first round, and it's looking scary, Karthik. It's looking scary. It's 9-1 now. There's only 2 rounds that they need.
2 more for the half is what they're looking for. But yeah, they used the Viper ult so well there. I mean, Viper ult with a judge too, and they made sure to play in front of the Viper so she just doesn't get like spammed out randomly. Just really well played by Guelph. You know, they're still got their focus. They're not out of this game yet, and they're got a full buy coming into this next round.
Yeah, and they also have that lockdown available, and this time they're finally looking to aggress towards A. They haven't really gone for a lot of A aggression when it comes to their rifle rounds. They're trying to flush out any position that Silly Shadow has been taking early, but this time it looks like the players of Condors are not going to be contesting A main.
Yeah, playing a lot further back. They hear all the noise that Guelph has been making, and they've got 3 people coming towards A, while 2 people are slowly working up that flank, trying to cover them, get that map control once again.
Yeah, and it just seems like every single round Condors has Guelph in like a sandwich. There's just 2 slices of bread and Guelph is the meat in the middle because they're just always contained in between the players of Condors. But whether or not Condors are able to fight back this time around when it comes to their site take, it seems like this time they're actually not necessarily giving up site. They still have some players that are playing towards site. Silly Shadow creeping around backside looking to see if he can find anything. Paranoia committed, but the dark cover is still up. And Blinds and Utility are just going in and out of the site, but Silly Shadow is going to be the one to take the first bit of contact. And he takes down 2, and the players of Guelph are just being flushed out of this site. Nimrod's still trying to fight back, but unfortunately, Non's going to be there to sweep him under the rug as Condors pick up the 10th on the round. And I think Condors are happy. They did not allow that 9-3 curse to happen this time.
It's all good now. It's all good. But you can see the strategy there, right? They play so patiently off-site, and as soon as that spike gets planted, the Flood retake comes in so fast from everywhere, and they just surround them.
Yeah, and that's Nimrod being the planner there, wasn't able to give any supportive fire there, and Condors are able to capitalize off that. They know that the plan has to be defended, and they know that they can take the fights here.
And they just have no space either, right? Like, Silly Shadow was literally sitting backside the entire time while the plant was going down.
Yeah.
They didn't even have full site control, and that's why, like, if you don't have that map control, they just get flushed out so easily. As their coach spotted it too. Actually, it's the defenders.
Yeah, the defenders are going to be taking a timeout.
All right, maybe I'm not sure what the timeout is for. I think trying to just give them rest and reassurance.
Yeah, they just need a break sometimes. You know, like they're sometimes.
Oh, look at the bears.
Oh, they're so cute. They're all having a little tea party.
Yeah,
something of the sorts.
Yeah,
they look great. Lotus is just such a beautiful map.
Amazing map.
I think
honestly.
it looks fantastic.
The design, like this is literally, I'm pretty sure it's through a little crack through A main or in A lobby that you can barely see through, but still so much detail put into it. The Riot, like our team is just so well done on this.
Yeah, shout outs to them. I mean, what? I may complain about this game sometimes when I play it, but it's a great game. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. I mean, this is the kind of Valorant you come to watch, you know? Condors, are, even though they're stomping, you know, we've seen so many stomps coming in. Things can still go any way. And honestly, if Guelph consolidate off any of these round losses and figure out what they want to do, they can still maybe bring this back.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to see going into the last round of the half here, there are... Oh, result right off the bat. Non's looking for some action, picks one up. Nade comes in. The judge is not able to kill him, but runs straight into the nade. Barely gets out. Cheddar lives for now.
Yeah, and that early aggression, like I said, that Aftershock controls all of B main, and Condors had UFG read like a book as they flush out a player early, and oh my goodness, the utility Nimrod is going to get flushed out by, allows Prey to get the pick, and it looks like Guelph maybe are trying to take it towards A this time, but they still have there's still so much time in the round. They can do almost anything right now.
Yeah, they have the Killjoy ult to play with, and the Cheddar gets the Race ult as well. They are going to be linked to entry with this. Maybe get the Killjoy ult to buy them some space in the post plan. They really need this last round of the half. Going to be making their way into tree and maybe getting their ult down over there.
Yeah, but Silly Shadow's there
Oh,
to
Shadow!
contest, and he gets the one, and that's actually going to be the lockdown taken out of the hands of Guelph. Cheddar looking to find this pick stairs, but
Look at that, though. Like, they barely get away from it. Oh, Cheddar finds none.
Found on the end of that showstopper. The patience there paid off, and it's going to be a 2v3 situation, but Prey, he's activated that lockdown, but unfortunately the paint shells are available, and they actually take it down, and Rex, he's so aware of this position that Prey is in. Takes him down through the dark cover. He does have the teleport available to get into a better position, finds his way into tree. And look at Cheddar, he's just posted up in heaven, and I don't know if the players of Condors know exactly where the players are. Rex going to give away his position, actually.
Yeah, J-Man hears him now. Going to be setting up the util to try and peek with. And Rex trying to play his life, trying to play time, but Kevin takes him out.
No.
One person left. Cheddar going with the judge, but oh my god, Kevin is unstoppable. It's 11-1 for the half.
Yeah, and I feel like Rex had such a good position there. If he peeked just a second earlier, he could have gotten potentially both players, but look at that showstopper. AKZ tries to get out, but he's unfortunately unable to, and Silly Shadow, I mean, he's been so dominant when it comes to holding the site down. Like, it seems like A is just his site. It's nothing Guelph can do about it, and 11-1 is a really devastating half that Guelph have endured, and they really need to fight back if they want to make something happen now.
Yeah, and critically, like, he stepped out of the smoke and is able to kill the Killjoy before the ult goes down, right? So a lot of that threat of that side take is instantly taken away. And yeah, he's just playing so well here. The entire team of the Condors is looking in peak form as they just need 2 more rounds to take it all the way to the finals of WaterLAN.
Yeah, and it's going to be an exciting final if it is the Condors who advance. It's going to be the 2 organizers fighting it out.
Yeah.
Condors versus Waterloo. You know, that's going to be an exciting
It's not
match.
rigged, we swear.
Did you leak the script, man?
No, no. But yeah, here they go. They're coming in on the attack. A main is looking to be here as the Condors are pushing straight in, spamming the bullet. Cheddar does get one and is looking to get out. He does.
Yeah, Non is taking down the Raze difference coming in, but Prey exchanging some shots with the enemy Killjoy, and Silly Shadow, he's there with the classic. He's just so insane with these rounds, but Rex, the right click of the classic, the free weapon, and he just jumps out.
And like, that's what you need, you know. Rex with 3 gets it to a 3v1, and they need this pistol round desperately every round that they can get. That's a cool looking knife, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was. And I mean, Rex, he's looking like Mario, and the players of Condors are looking like the Goombas as he just jumps around and stomps on the heads of Condors. And it's only 1 player left. It is Prey. We've seen how crazy he's been with these shots, but things are looking kind of difficult. He does find the first, though, onto Nimrod, and finds the second. But thankfully, Noodle is there to stop it, and Guelph, they do pick up that pistol round. That's going to be an important round for them as well.
Yeah, the Condors can bleed, it turns out, as Noodle finally picks it up, trop fragging for his team. And they're going to have to get this buy here. Looks like you got 11 rounds, right? As the Condors, you're just going to save, make sure you get the full buy next round, and just get these 2 more rounds that are needed.
I mean, they need 1, and they can just force any sort of overtime. And that 1 could be all the difference. But I think right now what Guelph needs to do is just make sure they do not get that 1 at any cost, and they need to play the retakes the same way that Condors were playing them, or just maybe not give up site at all. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, but seems like we already have some early aggression from Condors towards the B site. This turret and the Aftershock is actually going to catch out Non. The Paranoia stops any sort of aggression, and it's already going to be looking hard, but Non tries to make something happen, but unfortunately Rex is on the other side, takes him down, and the players of Condors are making their way to the C site.
Yeah, Volney going through that Viper Mall in mid made it hard for them to play, and now they're going to be looking for C main. The alarm bot gets spotted out. They actually bait out the mollies here before they get onto site, so no damage dealt there. And now Shadow throwing some smokes in. He's going to be looking to TP onto platform here. We'll see if Noodle can catch him out.
And some fights going on towards A. Cheddar does have that Marshall in his arsenal, but Prey, he's been kind of lethal with these pistols. You saw him go crazy with the ghosts this round. I don't know if Cheddar really wants to fight him. He's kind of respecting him there. But
yeah, and they've actually completely turned off C, and Guelph know this. They've kept 3 people on the right side of the map, as you got Omen kind of lurking up through B here while the rest of the team slowly scales up A main.
Yeah, and Prey is going to spot out some, or sorry, not Prey. Cheddar's going to spot out some players, but Silly Shadow actually with the Classic is going to be able to take down AKZ. Rex quick with the trade as Condors flush their way into the B site this time.
Yeah, Condors flush their way in, get a kill, but it's traded away. And they're going to see if they can try and push out, get some of those guns. But for now, it's just going to be Kevin planting that spike. You got Cheddar coming in through Heaven. I believe they know where they are. He's going to try and satchel to clear those close corners. And Prey gets the kill onto him. 2v2 now. Kevin looking to pull off another miracle here. Gets the peek. Noodle gets one. Noodle gets another. That's a 3K for him for 3 rounds for Guelph.
Yeah, and Guelph, they are able to win that round, but look at their players. They've already lost 3 players on the round, and that's going to be really tough for them already because, I mean, Prey just went crazy. I mean, look at this peak. He just takes it out, and then Rex is down. I don't even know how he got another there, but he did fantastic that round for his team. And now Condors, they have the rifles in hand, and the economy is not looking too healthy on the side of Guelph.
Yeah, but, you know, when you're 11-3, you're just going to force up every round you can. And they got 2 Vandals, Guardian, couple Spectres. Not the worst buy, especially if you play some of those off angles. But right away, Condor is looking towards that C main, looking to jump at them.
Yeah, and Prey does have that lockdown available early, but Rex, he does also have his Omen Teleport available, but I think the lockdown is just a much more important ultimate when it comes to these takes. And Condors, they're going to be looking to go in C fast. Satchel's in, not finding anyone C main, but Killjoy utility is there, is sprayed out. I don't know if he took down just the alarm bot, I think. But
yeah, just the alarm bot. It's interesting that Non uses his satchel so quickly just in main there, so you don't have that entry power for getting onto C site. But we'll see if they end up just pivoting to a different spot. Prey looking to slowly lurk up, waiting for his team. Omen gets used to spot info. He sees like 3 of them.
Yeah, and now he's giving the comm to his teammates that a lot of them are towards A, and you already see Cheddar. He's going towards that breakable door to maybe try and spot out a player, but I don't know if Condors are going to want to take it A after all that information that Rex was able to get.
Yeah, and the smokes are down. They actually used this offensive smoke to let them scale up. They spot Cheddar, but he's going to live for now. Peeking off the flash, but doesn't get anything. And Rex gets one. AKZ gets another. Rex gets a third, and Guelph. Oh my god, they're pulling on a clinic, but Kevin's got something to say about it.
Yeah, and Cheddar's there to stop Kevin before anything else can go down. It's all up to Prey once again, and he's just been crazy. So things can go anyway right now. UFG, they have to be really careful. They have to respect Prey, but Cheddar does not care. That is disrespect as Cheddar lands that clean headshot onto Prey, and that's going to be a very important round for Guelph. They're really starting to get their footing now. 3 rounds in a row, and they have the economy to purchase themselves full rifles as Condors are forced on the eco.
Yeah, 11-4, and Guelph should be looking to make it 11-5 as it's just a bunch of sheriffs on the side of the Condors. And yeah, hey, you're starting to sweat a little bit. Make sure you don't throw this game, you know. Just 2 more needed for Condors, but Guelph, they're winning every round on this other half.
Yeah, and so far, Guelph have been doing a fantastic job on defense. They haven't been allowing Condors to really get onto site, as opposed to the way Condors played, where they allowed them to get onto site but played retake. Guelph is doing the opposite, where they just don't allow them to get onto site, so they don't have to retake at all. And honestly, it's been working out really well for them. And even in their retakes, they've seemed to have a good idea of what they want to do when it comes to retaking. But here comes the players of Condors, but they're met immediately by Rex's Paranoia and his Vandal as Non gets taken down early.
Yeah, going to use the dog for a bit more info, and the door gets opened up. They're going to look for some alternate options here, but there's a Viper and a Killjoy on C. That is really hard to go into.
Yeah, there's just so much defensive stalling power on this site, and Condors, I think they're aware of it, but Silly Shadow, he doesn't care. He actually spots out Rex and takes him down, and that's going to be a really big pick. Nimrod, though, takes down Prey, and the players of Condors are not too healthy here. Kevin low and J-Man also low. Kevin's going to actually be spotted out by Nimrod, and I think he just spotted J-Man just barely there.
Oh, sticking it.
But Silly Shadow, he's actually in the back line now.
Yeah, I think Nimrod is a bit aware, but Silly Shadow gets another kill. Noodle's coming up through Waterfall, but they got to get this spike down here. Uses the Paranoia to get some space, and Breach is slowly working up with the spike. He's so low, though.
Yeah, things could still go either way. Silly Shadow, he has picked up a rifle now, and things looking kind of scary. They're going to want to try and plan on the C site, but they're waiting for that dark cover to come in to cover Waterfall, and now they're going to be looking to get that spike down.
Yeah, Shadow going to be able to plant here, giving it to him because he can TP out. The tap and instantly the nades and the spam. And now the spike's going to end up going down, but AKZ with the flash out. They're pushing straight in, get one, and now it's just the Omen left in the backside. The big Noodle's going to end up picking him up. I mean, it was a thrifty if they were going to try and pull that off, so they're not going to let that happen. 5-11 now for Guelph. 6 more rounds to go before they catch up.
Yeah, and things looked really scary there. From the shadows coming in from Silly Shadow actually provided him a really good position as he was able to take down Nimrod. He did pick up that Phantom too, and things got a little bit dicey, but Guelph were able to retake that site rather cleanly, and they kept a lot of their weapons. They still have pretty healthy economy as they have full rifles and full armor, and we're going to go into a full rifle round coming in, but Prey, he does still have that lockdown available, and he can make something happen with it.
Yeah, I just want to point out, in our last Lotus game, like, I'm pretty sure Waterloo just got every round in the half, and the other team just not able to get a single round.
Yeah.
Maybe it might happen here. We got a game on our hands, so
I mean,
Non's going to be pushing into B site.
I mean, I bet Condors are knocking on wood. They don't want to give up anything right now, but Rex is going to take the first bit of contact. The shots go too wide, and the paint shells actually are the ones to take him down. Noodle, though, does get the trade, and it seems like the players of Condors have made their way to C. Here comes the lockdown, and look at the position that it's in. It's just already fully in sight, and there's so much control now that the Condors can take. They have fewer players, but they're going to be able to get that spike down. They have so much space on site, and Prey's getting a little bit too aggressive, but
He's pushing out so much.
backs out, but Noodle, he's there to meet his maker as Prey takes him down, and Noodle picks himself up a very important pick. J-Man,
Raise above you, buddy.
HP.
And yeah, just like that. I mean, what were they doing there? Killjoy has all her utility still with her and is trying to push out by herself and ends up going down. The amount of stall that you can bring with your alarm bot and Molly, all of that just gone to waste. And it really looks like Construct is sweating a bit here. They got to get their head back into the game.
Yeah, and even though they had so much space, sometimes it's better to just sit back and relax. And I don't even know if I want to. I don't even know if I want to watch that. That one kind of hurt. If I'm Rex, I'm kind of hitting myself in the head there. But again, hitting a flying target like that's difficult. So can't really blame him there. And we're gonna go into a timeout that is called out from Condors, and they really need this one because they need to figure out what they want to do on this attack side right now because it seems like nothing's working.
Yeah, Guelph has really put together a great defense, and the coach has to be having some words with them on how to counteract this because everything they're trying has just been completely shut down right now. As we see a nice overhead of Lotus with the Lotus right in the middle of our screen.
Yeah, and that flower is just beautiful. The mountain, I think, in the distance, so gorgeous. And, you know, sometimes I can appreciate timeouts. You get to really look at the map a bit more in depth, but when you're in game, you kind of just focus on, shooting back. But you can see the players right now discussing Condors. They need to figure out what exactly it is they want to do, how they want to take these sites, because it seems like the aggression that Non is trying to get is not really important. And the way that they're playing these post plants too, it seems like every single time they are in a post plant, Guelph has some sort of response. And whether or not they want to keep giving them the sites or whether or not they want to keep pushing out when it comes to taking these sites, it's going to be entirely in their hands now. But Guelph, they're getting their own snowball rolling.
Yeah, the ult cycles are coming in soon. A few points left in for so many of these ultimates. But for now, Cheddar with the showstopper and Killjoy with the lockdown for Big Noodle. And it's going to be pretty hard to kind of pierce this armor. They got the Sky ult to work with at least. And now they're kind of switching it up. They're really pushing out A main, which they haven't done a lot in this half yet. Non, actually, he's just pushing straight through the wall, continues his aggression. The dog meets the bot, and Cheddar, showstopper into the smoke, gets the kill, but Silly Shadow trades it out.
Yeah, that was looking a little bit scary there if Cheddar was able to convert into a second frag, but thankfully Silly Shadow is there to take him out, but the Seeker gets the timing on the AKZ. Silly Shadow picks himself up a second on the route, and he's just been so important with getting these frags. And this defender Killjoy, the lockdown is going to flush out Silly Shadow. Rex is on the other side, but he's there to trade it out. And they know that a lot of these players are going to be towards Tree. And no, Nimrod!
He gets the kill.
Wait, he
ends
lives!
up going down.
He lives!
Oh my god. It's now a 2v1 left up, 1v1, and Nimrod left with a little bit of HP. The spike actually didn't end up going down. So now Kevin, he's hunting Nimrod, trying to get the time. And Nimrod gets the kill. I mean, you gotta be left wondering, how is this man alive as a showstopper hit him right in the corner there?
I thought he was dead to rights there. I mean, I saw a rocket flying straight at his face, but somehow, I think while Non was going for that flick, I think he clicked a little too early and it wasn't able to land on the Nimrod, and he gets that final kill, that tight little angle that Kevin peeked into. You know, Big
Yeah.
Noodle was taken down, and things were looking a little scary because Nimrod wasn't too healthy either. But he takes a he takes a very advantageous peek, and he gets it.
Yeah,
And here
like
comes
Cheddar, this ult hits,
yeah, this ultimate hit,
but that
but
next one was just crazy, and that's got to be so heartbreaking for the side of Conestoga. You really would think that was your round, but not. He's straight into it. Gets another kill right off the bat as they're pushing into A. Utility thrown all over the place to deter them.
oh, and Cheddar, he's just dodging all these bullets as he
Yeah,
plays
I'll get
kind
a
of
lot.
close. Non, he does pick himself up this Phantom, and you know, losing a player that early on is kind of scary. And Cheddar, he's just playing so close to the smoke. He's actually gonna go inside the dark cover, but gets out. And now the players of Conestoga are still kind of outside A. They still don't know whether or not they want to hit, but Prey's bringing in some of the firing towards B.
Yeah, trying to take out that alarm bot with the mollies without risking his life. And they're still fairly scattered around A, but gonna be looking to go towards C, as actually all of Guelph have moved over. It's just some Killjoy util left over on that site.
Yeah, and 3 players of Guelph actually on A, but seems like one of the players is going to be going back towards C, which seems to be where Condors want to go right now. The spike is being taken towards C. The Killjoy utility is going to be shot out as Prey tries to make a little bit something happen from the shadows from Rex. And he's on C now, and Condors, they're going to have to kind of make something happen. The spike actually taken back towards A because now A is completely gone. Cheddar, though,
Gets the kill.
he's aware of Non's position. That's going to be the only rifle in the hands of Condors taken down.
Yeah, they heard the Omen ult and they instantly rotated back. So now all of Guelph is just hustling right back. 13 seconds left to plant. Cheddar gets another great kill. That's the spike. 9 seconds left.
Yeah, and Kevin does take down Cheddar, but Rex is there to respond. And the spike is going
Such
to
an
have
open
to
plan.
go down. And the snake bite actually not going to connect, but it's going to be Rex. Jumps down and the spray comes in. 2 and the 3rd kill for Rex on the round. And Condors, things are looking really scary now. The score is getting really close. It's 11-8 after that. And I think Noodles might be close to his ultimate now as well, too. And things are looking very scary.
Oh my god, it is so scary right now. 3 rounds make up the difference between them, as now we're going in to the 20th round of the game. There's buys on both sides here. It's going to be a proper gun round. Quite a few ults actually coming in. You got the ult for Breach that really gives you these really great sight hits, and that's really been the problem for Condors, right? You can see that they're always able to just flood retake as soon as the spike starts getting planted. So they got to push out, use that Breach util to get some more space for themselves.
Yeah, but it seems like even when they try and get space, you see some rounds where Prey tried to get space. It just
Oh, yeah.
wasn't working out. And I think Guelph, they're kind of getting their footing now. And here comes some aggression again towards A main. From the shadows, from
Oh, the
Silly
ult.
Shadow, he actually sticks it through. And now he's so far into the back line of UFG.
Yeah, and the Sky ult's coming out. They actually spot the Killjoy lurk. And here comes the Breach ult, trying to clear that site, gonna give them the space.
Look at
And-
Cheddar.
Ooh.
He's
lit.
still up on top. And I don't think he's really been spotted out here from any of the players of Conestoga. And he has so much space that he can work with, but I don't know if he's really going to be able to take a peek. 2 of the players are actually stuck in drop. If there's any utility to flush them out, it's going to be devastating. But Silly Shadow's there to take the first. AKZ quick to fire back, and there's just so much fighting going on towards site, but UFG are actually going to be on the back burner now. As Silly Shadow
Ooh,
is the
1v1.
last player standing. Cheddar!
Cheddar! He gets the kill. Instaflake gets the kill onto Silly Shadow, and that's another round going over to Guelph. These rounds are crazy. They're so close every time, but Conestoga just cannot get a single round in this half.
And Karthik, I feel like every time we cast, we have
Oh
a
my
game
God.
to watch. Last time we were
Holy.
together, we were watching OTSU and Valorant White GC. We
Yeah,
saw them play, and it
yeah.
was a close game. And I think we're getting even more content today because Guelph right now, they are fighting back and they are hitting the ground running because that was a crazy clutch from Cheddar. There was just so much gunfire that happened, but Silly Shadow wasn't able to land the spray, and that might be a devastating round loss. And
Yeah.
now we're going to see Condors going for some early aggression on towards C. The grenade is going to get a lot of that Killjoy utility down, but there's still 1 swarm grenade up. But that orb is going to stop so much aggression already from Condors.
Yeah, but again, Non's using his Blash Packs onto main when they're not really, like the other team isn't contesting it, right? So these abilities are kind of being wasted for some speed, but they're going into the site right now. Just going to be dry peeking, and Noodle's not going to allow them to site that easily.
Yeah, and the blind does come out, but look at Silly Shadow. He's already in sight, and I think that the players of Guelph are still a little bit unaware that he's in. Spray comes in from Noodle. He gets
Oh,
himself one. The
Noodle.
second The third taken from Rex, but Silly Shadow, a lot of his shots are just going wide here. Rex picks up 2, and Noodle picks up 2 as well. It's all up to Prey. He doesn't have the spike. There's not much he can do as he's left all alone on A site. And here comes AKZ, the Guardian Angel with the regrowth, gets all the players of Guelph back to healthy HP.
Yeah, Prey's just going to be looking around the world here as that side take was just so difficult. They're in a smoke and they're just trying to dry peek out, so they all just get shot down by the cover fire. Like, they need to try and change up their strategies, try and have a more explosive hit. Maybe, like, smoke off some of the people so you can get onto site. But right now, nothing is working as it should be, you know, there's going to be a little bit of time stalled out, but it should be 11 to 10, only one round of a difference.
Yeah, and Prey is creeping up through spawn, looking to see if he can find any sort of exits, but all the players of Guelph, they're huddled towards that spike, but maybe AKZ can find something, but I don't think it's going to be the case. Prey just wants to keep this Vandal in his hands. And that's going to be the 10th round in a or the 9th round in a row for Guelph as they bring the score 11 to 10, and this is looking like a real nail biter now.
Yeah, I mean, they're into it, but look at that. They're just dry peeking, no util at all, and Big Noodle runs them down with the help of his teammates. And yeah, like, you gotta try and maybe have like some flashes coming in to help you out, right? But now they got the Sky ult. They're 2 orbs away from Nan's ult as well. They need to try and make some stuff happen here as the buy is a little bit scattered. I think they're just half buying, making sure they can buy for that next round for now.
Yeah, and they're really going to be reliant on Nan's Vandal here, and I feel like as a duelist, Nan hasn't really been taking a lot of early engagements. It just seems like a lot of the times he's the first one to die because he uses them satchels early and doesn't really get into sight with them either. So whether or not they want to change something up here, it's going to be picking up the ultimate orb one step closer towards that showstopper. But
yeah, they're not going to go towards B as Rex has been doing a great job of keeping that site on lock, especially with that smoke coming down. And now, Silly Shadow, they're using the util to clear main again when, like, that's a concuss, that's a paranoia used when no one's there. And Prey actually gets the kill onto Cheddar on A side, which is really good. Gonna Drax him rotates over.
Yeah, that's a really important pick, but I think only Rex is going to stay on A, but the players of Condors, they look to be playing off that pick, and Rex might be caught out here, potentially, if a shoulder is spotted, but it's not. Prey, he's actually not aware. Rex is so pushed up, he has to run back now because the players of Condors are all here. He's going to commit them from the shadows. He's all the way out now.